Welcome to another exciting episode of the Million Dollar Peddlers. I'm Paperboy.
And I'm Mr. Magazine.
And it's Saturday BOLO Day. What that means is we go through the things that have sold in the last week, some sales highlights from eBay. Tell you why they sold, things to look for while you're out there and all that sort of thing. Basically, we want to kind of help you in your sourcing so you can be successful. And one of the most successful people any of us know, Mr. Magazine, take it away.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate that. First up, I got this graded. It is a Star Wars #1 Marvel comic from 1977, CGC 9.0. I had it on sale and took it $286 for it.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
What is yours in your collection?
So mine is a 9.6.
Holy jeez.
I started buying 9. Well, that's actually I got graded 9.6 out of my collection. I had that for a while.
Wow.
And then this was another one because they all between 9 and 9.8. There's not much difference in them, but they obviously can tell the difference when they're grading them. But I was hoping this would be higher than 9.8, but it wasn't. 9.0, so I sold it.
What's the 9.6?
9.6 for around $1,000. A 9.8 could be $3,000 to $5,000 depending on the day. But that's why it's a good it's a good investment. But also you're getting a heck of a deal in a 9.6 or a 9.4. Say 9.4 is $500 compared to the 9.8, which is really hard to get. So and they both look equally nice.
Right.
So,
that's $1,000.
Not a bad deal. Moving on. New York Giants NFL button-up jacket circa 1980s. If you're a crappy football team, your clothing's probably going to go for less. I think that's what this picture tells me. And right now they're crappy. If they were doing well, probably would have went for more. But I had it on sale for 5, 6, 7 years for $30, and then I put it on sale for $15 and finally sold it.
Now, I have a question for you.
Sure.
It would have been the early 90s, I guess. Remember Zubaz? They were the rage.
I used to wear Zubaz. Yep. They're probably worth money now.
That's what I was just wondering.
Yeah, I would say so.
Any of those old things like that. Nice.
If you see someone wearing them, definitely have them committed, but tell them to sell their clothes first. New Orleans hometown monopoly. WDSU TV sponsored.
Hold on, do it right.
WDSU TV
There
sponsored City Games 1985 sealed. I think it took about $45-50 on this. I'm sure I didn't pay anywhere near that, but it's unique. I'm sure there's not many out there, and people from New Orleans would probably love to have it. And this is obviously tornado.
I guess my question on that is, and I think the answer is probably no, that's not truly Monopoly, correct?
No, it's a Monopoly style,
type,
I guess.
Yeah,
so that's kind of keyword spamming, I guess, is what you're leading.
Well, I wasn't even worried about the keyword spamming per se. People found it and bought it. My only question would be, could you, Vero, would Monopoly at some point have said that's not ours?
Sure.
And,
I think more on Amazon they would hit you for that before they hit you on eBay. Yeah,
right.
Definitely.
But again, the other thing is
cool.
Most towns have something or other like this. I know Rochester has one. I'm sure many other towns do.
You're talking 40 years old about, so pretty cool. Yep. Next up, Godzilla Jax Warner 2014 giant 20-inch tall, 34-inch. Okay, so it's 20 inches tall, 34 inches long.
With the tail.
Yeah, and it's not even complete. It's missing the tail. So this sold for about $90.
Oh, it had more of a tail.
With the tail, it would be... got another 6-8 inches long. There's a little thin piece of the tail missing. I picked this up in a collection years ago.
Oh wow!
One in the box is about $500.
Really?
One with the tail is about $150.
What did they go for new?
I think at least $50-75. I mean, it is gigantic, but cool piece.
Now, was it? Do you know? Was it really boxed, or was it one of those with the front open?
I had one of each from the guy. No, there was no. You're right. There was no plastic.
Okay.
But it came boxed.
It came in a box, right. But it wasn't
you
like
could touch them and stuff.
But okay. Yep. I was going to say that the size of that box. Oh my god.
But the guy had both. He had one. I think we sold it for $500. The complete one in box, and that was $150.
Wow.
Yep. Willie Moscone. He's from Rochester, New York, right?
No, he's not. But Irving Crane is.
I always mix them two up. Anyways, close enough. Pool player, autographed check, PSA certified. I think it took $100 on this. I had this up for 6 months. It was at $185, then $150, and I'm running a big sale. Someone offered $100. I said, let's move it out. I didn't pay $100 for it.
And what just happened right there is research. A week earlier, had we done this video, and Mr. Magazine had asked me that, I would have said, I don't know. I literally picked something up last week that had Irving Crane in it, and I did a little bit of research on it and found out he was in Rochester, and he played down on Scottsville Road at the pool tables over there.
They're the only two I know, and I knew one was from Rochester, so 50-50 shot, I failed.
But that's where research comes in. A week ago, I wouldn't have known it, and right off the top, no, that's Irving Crane, off the top of my head. And that's why you always want to research things, because you never know when it might show up. And honest to God, we did not set that up.
I mean, there's a benefit to not having a life. Moving on, Amazing Spider-Man number 10, Marvel Comics.
Well, it's a restored .5.
Yeah, this is a brutal one. I got killed on this one. I don't know what happened, but
wow.
Let's see, what does this say here? Top edge of cover trimmed and page 12 is missing. So they really hit you for those two little things going on there.
Wow.
0.5. And I took like 125 for this because I'm like, there can't be many people that really want to put over $100 into this comic. You know, it is an early one. It's issue 10. And surprisingly, this issue is easy to find in high grade. I think it wasn't a popular issue. No one saved them. No one, or they collect them and never read them or whatever. So, but again, I think mine's a 5 or 5.5 in my collection. I sent a few extra ones in. And this came back at 0.5, and we moved it on, and we're done.
Yeah.
Done with that. Yep.
Yep.
Upgrade and move on.
There you go. Wow. Alrighty. Feel like some ice cream?
Not right now, but cool.
So you've got to always save the wrappers from the ice cream. Ended up taking $10-12 on it, something other like this, but it had been up for over a year. George's chocolate-covered ice cream wrapper, Mahoney City, Pennsylvania. Believe it or not, people buy this sort of thing. And again, I often like to try to bring you guys oddball things like boxes and bags and things like that, because a lot of people put no value whatsoever on things like that. This is the kind of thing you can find at an estate sale out there. You know, you're not going to pay anything for it. Let's put it that way. I'm sure I didn't pay anything for this to speak of. Next item, Copper Kettle Restaurant. You ever went there, Mr. Magazine, on Chila Avenue?
I do not believe so, no.
1970s menu. The crazy thing, this sold to somebody in like Arizona. That was the part that really surprised
me. They might have a Chila Avenue out in Arizona. You never know.
But take a look too. It's also, obviously this meant something to somebody, whoever owned it originally, because if you look on the corners, you see the little pinholes and everything. So they had this pinholed up. That being said, in something rather like this, condition isn't really going to matter too much. I mean, obviously if it's a CGC 0.5, it will, but otherwise it's not going to make a big difference. Because how many of these are possibly out there as far as that goes? Yeah, there you go.
Prove it otherwise.
And it's in Arizona.
Yeah.
But that's why I always like menus. And it didn't actually take that long to sell. About taking a year to sell there. Next up, did you know, Mr. Magazine, that Lurex is a new world of color?
I do now. Are they still, or is this like 80 years ago?
Moving on. If you open this up, it's got all of these different samples inside, 32 different samples for sewing. I picked this up 2021. I had no idea at all. I couldn't find much of anything about it, so I threw it up at $48, and I think I took like a $40 offer on it. Quite happy with that. Again, it's just a small little thing that opens up and shows all the various things. Undated. Measures 4 3/4 by 11 when closed. Opens to 4 panels.
Nice.
There you go. But yeah, something rather like that. It's not going to take up much room at all, and you throw that in your pile, you're going to pay $1 for it, and you can end up getting $40 out of it. Cannot argue with that. You should keep New York State beautiful, and you should keep wherever you live at beautiful as well. Hit the like button, keep everything beautiful. 1970s unused car litter bag from the DOT. I think I took like an $8 offer on it, but look at that, Mr. Magazine.
You're out of
4
stock,
of them were sold.
Yeah.
4 of those sold.
Impressive.
So 4 different people feel that clean highways are safer highways.
So in 13 years, 4 sold.
That is absolutely true. That is absolutely true.
One every 3.5 years.
One every 3.5 years. Somebody cares about the environment.
$8. Yeah, nice. Well, you got the shipping at least.
Well, that being said, I'm pretty sure I didn't pay anything for them. I'm pretty sure back in 2010 they came in some auction lot or something like that.
Exactly.
So, and the other nice thing there is using the quantity of the 4. I didn't have to relist them, anything at all like that. I just threw them all in the bag and sold them.
Cool.
So sometimes you never know what can sell. So yet another empty bag. Lyceum Theater Program, January 1904, Wizard of Oz, Ethel Barrymore and Evel Knievel quartet. I think I took a $40 offer on it, but we've mentioned any number of times Wizard of Oz sells. That definitely is a BOLO. Always keep your eyes open for Wizard of Oz items. They will always sell. This is no exception.
Exactly.
Up next, this one made me laugh. The Jefferson Hotel, Richmond, Virginia, 1899 advertising book. You were at the live show, Mr. Magazine, when I mentioned that somebody or other made me a $50 offer on this while it was going at auction.
Correct.
And I turned it down and said, I'll relist if it doesn't sell.
Right.
2 days later, they said, you've got no offers on it. I'm not going to make the offer after. I made you a very fair offer, $50. Money is money, blah, 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 blah.
Money is money, but more money's more money.
I blocked him. I said to him, sorry, it's only money. I'm going to stand by my principles. I don't end auctions early.
Exactly.
And I blocked him, and somebody else
you.
bid $68 on it.
Good for you.
So if that gentleman is watching this right now, it did sell.
He probably
Sorry.
paid his money to buy it.
Might have. I don't know.
Crazy.
And finally, around Dakota High School. You went there, didn't you, Mr.
did.
Magazine?
I
You
did.
are, I believe you're the most famous alumni from there, aren't
I
you?
don't know about that, but that's a lot earlier than when I went there. I would say David Walker's going to be up there.
Who would be the most famous alumni?
Andy Hendel.
Tom Golisano.
Oh, wow, impressive. I should have just looked at it there. What am I doing? I'm trying to guess.
Took $50 on it, and there he is. And the funniest thing about it is, do you read what it says right there? The fair sex is my department. To anybody that doesn't know,
Wow.
Tom Golisano started Paychecks. He dated the tennis player. What was her name?
Oh, yeah, Monica Seles.
Monica Seles. He's a billionaire, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
And the fair sex is his department. So now you know. I'm sure he probably doesn't want
That's
that out there.
1959.
Yep.
I feel like my grandmother's in there because she said she went to school with him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You already said ship it out?
Yeah, it's already gone, but
Interesting.
I'll come across another one. I think I can remember to look for that. But when you do find yearbooks, always check through them, especially if they're from your area. You probably know who the famous alumni are. Sometimes you find them from other areas, which you may not know. And then you just do a little bit of research online for it. But definitely to get that for a yearbook, I'm quite happy with. Because I paid $1 or $2 for it, something like that.
Awesome.
So hopefully you can hit the like button if you could. And we will see you next video.
Take care. Bye-bye.